What's up, good people? Welcome to Keynotes with Keisha. And today on Keynotes with Keisha, we're going to discuss something I am interested in per every video that is going to be put out. So today we're going to do a review of Mariah Carey's memoir, The Meaning of Mariah Carey. So let me tell you. Well, before I get into that, let me move this dollar. I use these things as bookmarks, dollars and $5 bills. So let me tell you. Let me give you a little preview of this is the front cover. This is the present day Mariah, and this is little Mariah. And if you watch the unboxing or unpackaging video, you know that like on the spine of the book, their hair connects to, it's kind of symbolic. It is symbolic of her journey from a small child to now a full-blown successful diva. Anyways, this book was released September 29th. So little shy of a month ago, they released this book, but it was up for pre-order for months, a couple months ahead of time. Mariah Carey wrote this with assistance from Michaela Angela Davis. I love the cover, first off. I love this cover. I thought this was, genius, both the front and the back cover. I picked this book up from Target for $21. It was between $21 and $22, which is the average price for a book in this genre, and it's hardback. So that's about average price. I did not pre-order this book. I am a lamb, but I did not pre-order this book because basically fear that it wouldn't get here on the 29th, on the day it was released, and with some lambs confirmed on Twitter that they did have they got their book a little bit later than they would like. So I think I made a good call by not pre-ordering this and just going straight to Target, which is like 5 minutes up the street from me. So let's get into it. I do not want to tell you all. I don't like to give away the story, but I like to leave you with the sense of what it's about. So I'm gonna read. Do I want to read the? I'm gonna read the. I'm gonna read the summary. I was thinking about reading the foreword, or what do you call that? The preface or the preface. But I think I'm just going to read the summary. It says, "It took a lifetime to have courage and the clarity to write my memoir. I want to tell the story of the moments, the ups and downs, the triumphs and traumas, the debacles and the dreams that contributed to the person I am today." Okay. "Though there have been countless stories about me throughout my career in very public personal life, it's been impossible to communicate the complexities and depths of the experience in any single magazine article or a 10-minute television interview." She's saying, y'all don't know her if you want to watch those little interviews and whatnot. "And even then, my words were filtered through someone else's lenses, largely satisfying someone else's assignment to define me. This book is composed of my memories and my mishaps, my struggles, my survival, and my songs. Unfiltered, I went deep into my childhood and gave the scared little girl inside of me a big voice. I let the abandoned, ambitious adolescent have her say, and the betrayed and triumphant woman I became to her side. Writing this memoir was incredibly hard, humbling, and healing. My sincere hope is that you are moved to a new understanding, not only about me, but also about the resilience of the human spirit. Ooh, with love, Mariah." You have her signature and then her printed name, Mariah Carey. Yes. Okay. I hope y'all can see that. So let me start off by saying, if, as she pretty much said in this summary, this is not, a lot of people I saw on Facebook, different parts of social media, thought this was going to be like some diva-ristic, if that's a word, tale, or just, her not being completely honest and transparent. And it's totally opposite of that. My understanding with the packaging, when she sent out her packaging to when the people she sent little boxes to, as special gifts with the book, they had Kleenex, a box of Kleenex, and I was like, oh, that's cute, but baby, let me tell you, I wish Target would have packaged this with a box of Kleenex, because I was crying by page like 12 or 13. I was crying. I really was. Like, I was not expecting this. So let me open the book. If anyone is interested in who published this book, like I am, because I'm a writer, it was Andy Cohen Books, Henry Holt and Company, New York. Of course, 2020. And her thank you is in short, or her book is dedicated in short to them babies or them children. Rock and roll. You are the physical embodiment of unconditional love. To my lineage, my ancestors, all of them, you have come from two different worlds that were often in struggle with each other, yet the best of you lives on inside of me, finally, harmoniously. And to Pat, my mother, who through it all, I do believe actually did the best she could. I will love you the best I can always. So after that, of course, if you know Mariah, she's going to have a Bible verse in there. Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things yet unseen. Love that. And this book is split into 4 parts. Yeah, 4 parts. Other than the preface and all of that. You have part 1, Wayward Child. Part 2, Sing Sing. Part 3, All That Glitters. Part 4, Emancipation. So Wayward Child, of course, starts with her childhood. She tells like vivid stories. Let me say that as a writer, a reader, and a teacher, the language used in this book, because I don't care how much I love someone, which I love Mariah, if it's not well written, I cannot get through it. So vivid, so much imagery, just a nice use of figurative language. You felt like you were there in the moment. You felt it. Like I said, you're gonna need a box of Kleenex. So especially for Wayward Child. So of course, Wayward Child details the most traumatic, in a sense, and pivotal instances in her childhood. So you get to know, if you don't know anything about Mariah, you know her a little bit better. Then you have Sing Sing, which of course, if you are familiar with her story, is largely about her marriage to Tommy Mottola and living in the mansion that they built. Then you have All That Glitters. If you're familiar with the glitter era, you know that's about the, I believe it was, I always misquote this, but I think it was the TRL incident, the incident where she's sent to the institutions, and just the big debacle around the breakdown that they called it, or whatever. And then of course, Emancipation is the last part of the book, where she gives us a sense of who she is now and how she feels about all that she went through. So like I said, the book starts off, part 1, and intention is the first chapter. The first sentence of this book, y'all, is, my intention was to keep her safe, but perhaps I have only succeeded in keeping her prisoner. That's page 3, y'all. By page 13, I was in tears. I had to tweet, like, I need the Kleenex now. So it's a full-on pretty much a recount of some of the pivotal, like I say, pivotal moments in her childhood. They use colorful language. You don't feel every bit of this, baby. Every bit of it. Now, what I like about this book, because this is a review and not a summary, I'm not about to tell you the entire book. It is very well written. What I like about this book, that if you like or listen to her music, she does include song lyrics, like song excerpts, where you get a better understanding of where she was, her headspace when she wrote that song. She's going to tell you the story, the incidents, her feelings, she's going to give you insight. So if you thought she was just writing stuff to write it, you're going to know by the end of this book that is not true. Like, she's going to quote, like I say, excerpts, and she's going to tell you what's what and what inspired those song lyrics. This book is, including the preface, the epilogue, the songwriting credits, and all of that, this book is 348 pages long. 49 pages long. So it's not, if you're a fast reader, or if you're an avid reader, it should take you, depending on how much time you have throughout your day, maybe 2 days. If you're splitting up your day, 2 to 4 days. Because I'm a quick reader, but I like to slow it down to digest it. So 2 to 4 days is what it took me. So not only does she have song lyrics, she has photos. I love a good book with photos. And I like that she used photos and song lyrics and all of that. Like, she gives you some moments, darling. She gives you the moments. She gives you the moments in photo. So my favorite parts of the book, of course, I love the retelling of her childhood stories, but I related most to the chapters about her father, her relationship with her father, Alfred Roy. That chapter is, darling, it's gonna send you. Yeah, you're gonna be emotional. So that was one of my favorite chapters. Also, I related most to when she talked about, I didn't say it was my favorite part, when she was talking about her relationship, or, recounting her relationship with her mother, Patricia Carey. I related so much to that. The trauma. Yeah, and I just, overall, I didn't miss anything. I said song lyrics are included, photos, read the summary, gave you a preview of the front cover. Yeah. Oh, of course, outside of her perils with her her relationships with her parents and her siblings and her ex-husband and the music industry in general, she speaks on important topics, like growing up biracial, and what it was to her to find her footing, so to speak, as a black girl, black woman trying to navigate this world, who saw her oftentimes as too white to be black or too black to be white. Her having black and Irish ancestry. So of course, that was sprinkled throughout there, this book. And I just lost my thought. Oh, she talked about you know, the black girl struggle with hair. So I thought that was interesting. Um, her struggle with relationships and why she approached her relationships a certain way. Like I said, if you think this book is going to be a diva experience, it is not. Please have some Kleenex. At first, I didn't understand why it was titled The Meaning of Mariah Carey. But let me tell you, I understood and I'm not going to say by the end of the book, I understood by chapter 2. This thoroughly helps you understand, if you want to, who Mariah Carey is and why she approaches things the way she approaches them. Beautifully written, like chef's kiss. Look, I cannot read and think if it's dry or terribly written. They reached in their figurative language bag with this one, and I appreciated every story. I was not bored or just trying to get through. You know how sometimes you read a book and try to get through it? Not with this. If you don't know Mariah Carey, you're going to know after this book. You're going to have a great sense. And it just, my admiration and my love for her swell. Like, with pretty much within, after every part that I read, it swelled. But if we're talking linguistically, language, it is, what would I rate it? I don't want to say 5 out of 5 because y'all are going to be like, oh, you're biased, da da da. But it's damn near perfect. I can say that. It's damn near perfect. Please read this book, y'all. And, there's an Audible version if you're not a reader, where you can listen to Mariah read it in her very special voice. So if you're a reader, read this. It is worth it. Like, you're going to cry, but you're gonna feel, if like me, you struggled through life, or in certain instances of life, you're gonna feel more connected to yourself, and you're gonna relate. You're gonna be like, damn, she went through that and prospered, baby. She's triumphant, darling. I can do anything. Read this, read it, and that's my review.